What's up, guys? And today I'm going to be talking about Oduduwa Republic, that it's clamoring, has been around for more than 2 months now, that Yoruba people want to break away the southwestern part of the country. The Yorubas want to break away as Oduduwa Republic, and we already know that the whole of the north is against it, right? Except North Central, that is standing aloof, right? The South, northeast, northwest, they are not cool with it. North Central standing aloof. The south, standing aloof as well. But people were thinking maybe they are probably going to go with the Biafrans. Biafrans are waiting for Oduduwas to kickstart things so that they can be able to justify their own motives of seceding as well. So Yorubas are clamoring right now, and the president couldn't fight. He couldn't take things in a hard way or in a rough way. So he's looking for a way to calm things down. And right now, I can tell you right now for free that the president is making moves of securing the loyalty of the people who are fueling and propagating the idea of Oduduwa Republic. They are propagating the agenda of Oduduwa Republic. He's trying to get their loyalty by money, by political influence, by sending the people who could talk to them, so as to calm them down, right? He's trying to hijack that, what's the name? And since Tinubu realized that Buhari is trying to hijack that agenda, the Oduduwa Republic agenda, right? So he's trying, and he knew that if they could hijack that from him and they can control that agenda, he wouldn't be able to come out to use the Awolowo style that Awolowo used then, that the Yorubas are breaking away, because right now we all could see that they are cutting Tinubu's political wings. They are clipping it fast. Right now, he lost Edo already. He's losing a lot of political powers. Osibanjo has been silenced. The point is, the Lagos State senatorial by-election is coming up, right? The Lagos State senatorial election to replace this guy who died, was it not Oshinawa or something? This guy who died in APC. An election is coming up, which is of which BOG Badamosi, Abatunde Badamosi is the ticket holder for PDP, is the PDP candidate, and Ambode is the APC candidate. Any of them that win is a lose-lose for Tinubu. It's a lose-lose. And the reason is this. The reason is because, number one, Ambode is not loyal to Tinubu, right? But he downplayed things so as to appeal to Tinubu's ego. After he has lost as the president, after he has lost as a governor of getting another term as a governor, another 4 years as a governor, right? After losing that 4 years, he lost the 4 years to become a governor, and he went back, he begged, he apologized. Then he and Tinubu came back on terms. Now they are fronting him as what's the name, as a senator again. If they are fronting Ambode as a senator, if Ambode could win, Ambode was being stubborn and adamant to Tinubu back then, and he wasn't succumbing to Tinubu during his second term bid, because he believed Buhari was behind him. But Tinubu outsmarted him by rigging him out in the primary election, in the Lagos State primary election, right? Just like they did for Obaseki in Edo State, by disqualifying him at the primaries. They did something related to that for Ambode as well, right? But the problem for Ambode then was that in 2019, the Buhari that was instigating him against Tinubu, right? Buhari is about to seek re-election. Ambode is the governor. Ambode wants to work for Buhari too, and it will be hard for him to work for Buhari while he is in PDP or any other party. So he sacrificed his governorship seat for Buhari. So he couldn't leave to another party, so he can join hands with Tinubu to work for Buhari to emerge. Because if he and Tinubu is fighting and he went ahead to work for another party, right? Even if APC eventually win in Lagos, him as the governor working against the party is going to have a lot of effects on Buhari's re-election, right? And we also know, we knew how many millions Buhari used to lead. What's the name? And Buhari led article with, not much, right? And that would have made a lot of that would have made a lot of catastrophic effects on on the possibility of Buhari's re-election. So Ambode waited then. So if Ambode is re-elected, right, he's going to be used against Tinubu again. They couldn't crush him totally in 2019 during the 2019 election, so they are going to crush him totally with Ambode now. If Babatunde Badamasi could win, and that one is in PDP already. We all know, and anyone who is politically aware would know that Buhari knew about how Obaseki won the Edo State election. Buhari supported Obaseki to crush Oshiomhole and Tinubu, or to crush Tinubu and Oshiomhole, his boy. So since they have been crushed, Lagos is if they could take, they all knew that if they could take Lagos away from him, then he's gone. So the reason for this video is to appeal to the Igbo people and the Biafrans that, number one, to inform them ahead that after Tinubu has been defeated, immediately after Tinubu gets defeated, he is going to fall back on some of the Yorubas that are ready to follow him, and will try to instigate Buhari's enemies to support him as well, so he can have a soft landing on agreements. Because at the end of the fight, at the end of the ups and downs of cutting him down from after the Northerners and the cabals have cut him down from becoming the president, after they have destroyed his ambition of becoming the president, right? He would want to have a soft landing. Maybe they are going to give him some things. Maybe they are going to, appoint some of his loyalists as federal office holders, or he's going to have the structure of the party again, or whatever, right? He's going to try to get the support of the likes of Nnamdi Kanu. And I am telling you that you shouldn't be surprised if you see the likes of Showori and Tinubu rolling again. I'm telling you, because he's going to seek everything he could have. And let me tell you, Buhari is very smart. He's taking away from him everything he could fall back on. That was why Buhari is going into trying to get the loyalty of Yoruba people, and trying to appeal to the people who are clamoring for Oduduwa Republic and trying to influence them, get the control of their agenda. They are still going to be shouting, Oduduwa Republic, but not that they will stop the clamoring for Oduduwa Republic, but the point will just be that Oduduwa Republic, at least till 2023, will never come if Buhari is able to get their loyalty. If Buhari is able to get their loyalty, that Oduduwa Republic will never come. And Tinubu will not be able to use them against the federal power, because they will be controlled by the Republic. Clamorers will be controlled by federal power already. That is why Tinubu is instigating a lot of all these Agbekoya, some factions of Agbekoya people to start saying, they are the real Agbekoyas are not part of the Oduduwa Republic movement and all these things, and the Sunday Igboho is just doing whatever he wanted for himself. So I want the Igbo people not to give him this support, because if they give him this support, I'm telling you, he's going to betray you just like Awolowo did for Ojukwu, right? They both agreed that when we get to our various regions, when I get to my region, when I get to the western region, and you get to the eastern region, we are going to declare secession, that we are breaking away from Nigeria, right? Awolowo got home, he announced the secession. Ojukwu got home, announced his secession. They bribed Awolowo with finance minister, right? During the Gowon's reign as the military head of state. You are fighting for democracy. They couldn't give you. Then you said you want to sit so you can have that democracy in your own country. And you are not. And there was no record. I haven't read it. Or I haven't found the record that Awolowo was facing this kind of antagony that Tinubu is facing from the Yorubas over breaking away. Let me tell you, if Tinubu say, oh, he's going to be the one that will lead Yoruba people to break away today, let me tell you, Tinubu can be successful about it. Why? Because the Yoruba people don't have that much respect. He's winning election, he's breaking grounds politically, but people cannot follow him that much to lead them into another country. People couldn't trust him. The political heavyweights of Yoruba land cannot trust him wholeheartedly. That much. A case of scenario where Awolowo couldn't find himself, that Awolowo knew if he carried on with that thing, Awolowo could probably be successful. There is really a high chance of Awolowo breaking away totally. Having his people following him to wherever he was going then. But yet, Awolowo received the appointment to become a finance minister. Can you imagine? So Ojukwu went ahead to fight, and we all could see what happened to Ojukwu. So if you can see how history is repeating itself. History is repeating itself, and my advice to you guys is to be wise about your decisions. Is to be wise about your decisions, because if you form a merge with Tinubu, you are going to live to regret it. Rest in peace, and may peace and rest be upon the lost souls and the lost lives during the Biafran war. Millions of people died. I know you Igbo people don't want to face such kind of a thing again. I'm telling you, he's losing the support of Yorubas fast, and seceding and having Oduduwa Republic is going to be the only thing that Tinubu is going to fall back on after he has lost totally. Because as a matter of fact, if he continue with his presidential ambition, I am telling you right now for free that he's going to be crushed, like blown away like a powder. The Northerners are just going to blow him away like that, and he's going to lose everything so far as, I'm not talking about money, so far as political influence and power and respect is concerned. He's going to lose everything that he has achieved, and he would want to bank and rely on incurring what's the name? Incurring the likes of Nnamdi, Kanu, Showore, and all these guys to fortify himself, because the secular politicians, the common politicians, all the Ikwemadus, all the Yapabio, all the all these guys, all this Sheyi Makinde, all this Akeredolu, and all these guys, they are not going to support him. They're not going to support him. Never. They're not going to support him. They would rather go with Buhari. So you can see what's going on now. So I want you guys to make wise decisions. And just, it is either you guys stay aloof or you make your own decisions on your own, so that whatever happens or come out, it wouldn't be as a result of a decision that someone has made, or some ideas you have been influenced into by someone who eventually backed out, because that was the root cause of the wrath of the North, or let me say the wrath of death, not the wrath of the North, that prevailed on the Igbo people between the year 1966 to 1970-71. And I don't hope the Igbo race witness such kind of a thing again. You guys have to take this seriously. Even not only Tinubu alone, any other. Look, you want your Biafra, face it. If that is what you want, face it. If you have to fight Buhari, fight him. If you have to negotiate. If you have to sit around the table, a peaceful talk with Buhari, do him. Okay, but let it be. Take responsibility for your own decisions. At this point, even if you are going to, if Buhari is deceiving you with Igbo presidency in 2023, is deceiving you, right? It's okay. If you want Buhari to deceive you, let him deceive you. Let be ready to take that responsibility that okay, you are deceived, and when the suffering comes, you will know okay, you guys allow Buhari to deceive you, right? But if you go and form a merge with someone, someone who is trying to use you for his own selfish interests, you will live to regret, because you will know that you yourself haven't brought that problem upon yourself, but by that problem has come upon you by the influence of someone else. If you have brought a problem upon yourself now, you wouldn't regret that much, right? But if someone else has brought that problem to you, and there is nothing you can do to that person, do you know how much that hurts? I hope the Igbo people could I hope they can listen to this, because I know you guys are smart, you are tough. You guys can be, you guys can have coconut head sometimes. I have a lot of Igbo friends. Most of my, like 9 out of 10 of my friends are Igbos, and I know how they don't take, how careful they are about taking other people's advice. I don't want to say they are stubborn, but I know they hear what. Like, they always want to stick to their own point, and I like them, by the way. I like them, the Igbo peoples. They are smart. I just think I should tell you this. I think you guys are smart and wise enough to know what is right for you. Of course, I trust you. You're like the Jews of Nigeria. That's even if you are not smarter, but you are subdued by the environmental and other factors in Africa. Make better decisions for yourself and know what to do. 2023 is fast approaching. Don't be deceived. Kindly like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Take it easy.